Welcome back, my dear supporters. In today's video, we're adding an exciting new gang territory and gang war script to our FiveM server. This has been one of the most requested scripts, and I know many of you have been waiting for this, so I'm super excited to showcase it today. Now, just a heads up, this project is still a work in progress, and there are many more features coming in future updates. But even in its current state, this script adds a dynamic gang system that brings intense competition and action to your server. So, how does this gang system work? Gang members can earn points for their territory by completing various activities, such as selling drugs on the streets, carjacking vehicles, eliminating rival gang members in the area, tagging walls with graffiti to mark their presence, and any other activities you decide to include. Every successful action contributes to the gang's reputation in their controlled zone. Once a territory reaches the required point threshold, a gang war is triggered between the defending gang and the attacking gang. From there, it's a battle for control. The gang with the highest points in the zone will conquer the territory and claim it as their own. This system introduces endless roleplay opportunities, whether you're running with a gang, defending your turf, or trying to take over the city. Now let's jump into the installation process and see exactly how this works in action. To kick off the process of integrating this exciting and dynamic update into your FiveM server, start by visiting the GitHub page, which we've made easily accessible through the link provided in the video description. Once you're on the page, locate the necessary files and download them to your computer. After downloading, extract the contents from the zip folder to access all the required files. Once the extraction is complete, carefully transfer the entire folder into the appropriate directory within your server's configuration that suits its structure and setup. Finally, make a minor adjustment by renaming the folder. Simply remove the word main from the folder's name, and your setup will be ready to move forward seamlessly. Now, inside the script folder, you'll find a database SQL file that needs to be imported into your server's database. In my case, I'm using HeidiSQL on localhost, so I'll be importing it through there. If you're using a different database management tool, the process should be similar. Once you've imported the SQL file, go ahead and run the query. After that, it's important to double-check your database and confirm that the correct tables have been created. This will ensure that everything is properly structured and ready for the gang system to work seamlessly. Now that we have the database set up, let's move on to the next configuration steps. Now, there is official documentation available on how to connect this script with other gang-related scripts for better integration. However, in this video, we'll be sticking with the default Qbcore scripts to keep things simple. First, we need to add the code snippet that enables gang members to earn reputation points when selling drugs in their territory. To do this, navigate to qb-drugs/server/cornerselling.lua. Once inside the file, use the search function to find the event named QB-Drugs, Server, Sell Corner Drugs. Once you've located the event, head over to GitHub, where you'll find the code snippet for gang reputation integration. Copy the snippet and replace the existing function inside the file. This modification ensures that gang members who sell drugs in their controlled territory will earn reputation points, contributing to their gang's dominance over the area. Now that we've set up corner selling rep, let's move on to the next feature. Next, we need to set up the killing feature, which will allow gang members to earn reputation points when eliminating rivals in their territory. To do this, navigate to qb-ambulance/client/dead.lua. Once inside, use the search function to find the first line of the code snippet provided on GitHub. This will help you locate the exact section of the script that needs to be modified. Now, head over to GitHub, where you'll find the updated code snippet for gang killing integration. Copy the snippet and replace the existing event inside the file. This modification ensures that whenever a gang member eliminates a rival within their territory, they will earn reputation points towards controlling the zone. Once that's done, save the changes, restart your server, and now territory fights will truly have an impact on gang control. The creator of this script has also provided a bunch of exports and events, which can be used to integrate with other scripts if needed. But if you don't plan on using them, don't worry about adding them anywhere. Before we jump into the lockpicking feature, let's take a quick look at the config file so you can get a better understanding of how this script actually works. To find it, you'll need to go into the shared folder, and there you'll see the config.lua file. Once inside, one of the first options you'll notice is the notify script setting, which is set to QB by default. This basically controls how notifications appear in-game, and you can change it if you're using a different system. Now, moving further down, we get into the important settings that really define how this whole gang system operates. One of the key ones is max rep in zones. This determines the maximum reputation a gang can earn in a specific territory. It's usually best to keep this number high so gangs can't just farm a few points and immediately trigger a war. But for this demonstration, I'll keep it low so we can quickly see how everything plays out. Then we have hang around time needed in zone, which controls how long a gang member needs to stay inside a territory to start earning rep just by being there. It's great for servers that want to reward gangs for actually holding down an area rather than just showing up for a few seconds and leaving. Right after that, we've got war length. This one is pretty self-explanatory. It defines how long a gang war will last once it's triggered. By default, it's set to 5 minutes, meaning gangs will have that much time to fight, earn points, and take over the territory. And finally, at the bottom of the config file, you'll find a list of all the territories currently set up in the script. These are completely customizable, so you can add more zones, adjust existing ones, or remove them to fit your server's setup. After extensive testing and productive discussions, I'm thrilled to announce that RocketNode and CODEIN are now official partners. We recognize the critical importance of providing top-tier hosting services to ensure your players enjoy an exceptional FiveM experience. RocketNode comes with DDoS protection, 24/7 support, and cloud backups. They offer extremely customizable FiveM server hosting, allowing you to create your own server with just one click. Their easy-to-use control panel makes it simple to set up and modify your FiveM server. If you're tired of searching for a reliable provider for your community, start building with RocketNode today. Make sure to use the link in the description and get a 25% discount on your server by using the promo code provided below. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to enhance your server with a reliable hosting solution. Now, each zone in the system has its own activity list. You can easily add more activities to the list, so your gang members can keep the action going and earn points in a variety of ways. For example, we've already integrated the first activity, drug selling, which is one of the core activities that will earn points for the gang. Now, for every activity, there's something called REP amount. This represents how much reputation the gang gets for completing that activity. If a player is part of the owning gang, completing the activity will increase their gang's rep in the territory. However, if the player is from a different gang, the rep will decrease from the owner gang's score. This adds a nice layer of competition and strategy to the system. We also have a cooldown for each activity. This prevents players from simply farming points by spamming the same task over and over again. After completing an activity, players will need to wait for the cooldown time before they can earn points again. Next up, we have the killing feature, which lets players earn reputation points for eliminating rival gang members within a territory. But there's a key rule. You only gain points if there's an active war happening in the zone. If there's no ongoing war, kills won't contribute to your gang's reputation. This makes sure that gang wars actually matter, preventing random killings from affecting territory control. Now, let's move on to the next activity, carjacking. We're going to integrate this next, and it's pretty straightforward. Whenever a player lockpicks a car within a gang-controlled zone, they'll earn reputation points for their gang. This makes vehicle theft a strategic activity, adding another way for gangs to increase their influence over a territory. Another optional activity you might want to add is graffiti. This allows players to tag walls within a territory to earn rep for their gang. Setting up graffiti works just like drug selling or carjacking. You just need to follow the same integration process, and it'll be fully functional. And finally, we have hangaround time, which is the easiest way to earn reputation points. Gang members can gain rep just by staying inside their controlled territory. The longer they hold down their turf, the more reputation they earn, making it essential for gangs to actively defend their zones. With all these activities combined, this gang system creates intense competition, rewarding gangs that put in the effort to own and protect their turf. Now let's go ahead and set up carjacking and see it in action. To add lockpicking, first, go to the QB vehicle key script or any key-related script you're using. Then, open the client-side file, client.lua. Once the file is open, search for the lockpick event. After finding it, go to GitHub and copy the client-side event. Paste it right after the lockpick success event. But make sure to change drug selling to carjacking so the activity is correctly assigned. If you're still having trouble, I've provided the correct snippet in Discord. Just copy it and replace the event accordingly. Using the same client-side server event, you can also edit the graffiti script. Make sure you understand what you're doing before making changes. Another important thing to remember is to ensure that all gangs in the server are correctly updated in the shared folder, specifically in the gang.lua file. In Qbcore, the gangs are listed in qb-core/shared/gang.lua, and both files should have the same gang names and ranks. Additionally, the gang.lua file in the script folder may contain extra enhancements, such as the ability to recruit members, collect tax money, and other features that are still in progress. These enhancements can be linked with other business models. So, when adding a new gang, make sure to follow the correct order and update both files properly. Now, once you're in the server and open the map, you can find all the territory blips, which are white since there is no gang occupation yet. There are many zones, and you can cut them down in the config file. Now, to conquer a territory in its neutral stage is easy. All you need to do is reach the required territory rep. Right now, we need only 10 rep, as per our config. So, all I need to do is some corner selling in the zone. Make sure you have the correct weed items for corner selling. If you're unsure, please refer to the QB Drugs config file to get the right item details. Now, once you have successfully sold your drugs and reached the rep point threshold, it will immediately trigger war mode, and you will see a flashing red indicator on the map. While the conquest is happening, let's quickly review what we set up in the config file for demonstration. As I mentioned earlier, we only need 10 reputation points, and since drug selling gives us 10 points, the war is triggered quickly. Our war length is only 1 minute, so we will conquer the territory within 1 minute. Now, as you can see, the blip color has changed to purple, indicating that I have successfully taken over the territory. Since I am part of the Balas gang, it now belongs to us. Now let's move on to another territory and trigger the carjacking point. All you need to do is successfully lockpick a car to gain reputation points. You can modify this mechanic as per your preference. This is just a demonstration of how it works. Now I have conquered another zone using the carjacking activity. You can come up with as many ideas as you want for different activities. All you need to do is change the server event activity name and define it in the config file. I can't demonstrate Kill Points Edition right now since I don't have another player available, but I will soon. This script is being developed to enhance business mechanics using territories, and it is still a work in progress. Feel free to share any ideas with the creator or leave them as comments for future improvements. Alright, that's it for this demonstration. Now you know how to conquer territories using different activities like drug selling and carjacking. You can customize this system further by adding new activities, tweaking the config, and making it fit your server's gameplay. This script is still a work in progress, so if you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments or share them with the creator. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm thrilled to announce that CODEIN has officially surpassed 7,000 members on Discord, making it one of the best FiveM developers and server owners hubs. Fueled by this increase in member count, we've added developer AI bots to help fix code snippets for users facing issues. Moreover, users can also create logos for their servers using our logo-creating AI bots. With support for all frameworks from thousands of developers, you'll also find all the necessary free items needed to start a simple roleplay server. So what's stopping you from joining? Join now!